start with breathing. That's elementary to life and exercise. So the idea is to breathe deep in the abdominal cavity and not from the upper chest. Place one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, and the first thing you should feel move is your deep belly, not your upper chest. Take a few breaths to center and relax and focus on the program. Next, we'll get into the foundation of movement, which is the feet. So let's flex and extend and also get the toes involved. As you point your feet away, bend your toes down like you're trying to pick up something off the floor, and then spread your toes as you bring the feet back towards your face. Don't move much from the knees to the hips. Here we're going into ankle tilts. So the idea is a tilt left and right. Again, don't move from the hips, move from the ankles. The ankles are mobility joints. They should be very mobile. Moving right into the ankle circles, do the biggest circles you can in each direction. Don't move from the hips or the knees. Prioritize the ankle mobility. Great drills for fall prevention, by the way. Nice big circles. Not a lot of toe involvement here, mainly in the ankles with the circles. Straight leg raise is next. Most people aren't flexible enough to lay flat and then pull their leg back and grasp their calf. So we're only doing a few of these. You should be okay with the neck. But lean up slightly and just touch the back of your calf and then repeat. Keep the knee straight or as straight as possible. Straight leg, you'll get a nice hamstring stretch. These are the little egg rolls. So if you think about rolling an egg lengthwise in the counter, it's a very gentle roll. So try to round your whole back like an egg so you don't have a flat spot on your lumbar. Stay off the neck, just go back to the shoulders. These are fun. Good vestibular training. Your vestibular system is your inner ear system, which helps you with balance and fall prevention. All these rolls will help vestibular load and vestibular training. These are little thigh rolls like a baby would do. I'm not trying to force a neck extension, but that just seems to be the natural tendency when doing this pattern. A little look above the head. Very gentle roll. This is a little more assertive. This is a baby roll. Babies will do this and they'll put their toes in their mouth. We're just going to roll and extend and hold the big toe if you can. If you can't, you'll modify by placing your hand on your shin and then extending the leg out. There's always a way to modify. But if possible, you're going to hold the toe and extend. Eventually, you should be able to straighten the leg if you keep working at it. Push off that bottom leg to get back going the other way. This is a skydiver roll. So think about falling through the air like a skydiver. Try to initiate and do the roll as much as possible with the core or the center of the body. Don't push much with your arms or legs. Get your core involved. Again, a lot of vestibular training here, helping that inner ear do a better job to keep us upright and not falling. Next is a very gentle press-up back extension. You can go a little higher if you'd like. We're keeping this pretty low because many people have lost the ability to extend through their thoracic spine or mid-back. You want to keep your pockets on the ground. Very gentle back extension. Start with the neck first, then move through the shoulder blades, and then just do a little bit of the lumbar. But don't hinge at the lumbar spine. Make sure to do the neck and the mid-back first. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a rocking drill. Think of babies rocking. They also do this to tune up their vestibular system before they crawl and start moving. I'm going to rock back and forth. See how my toes are pointed down, stretching the toes. Now we're going to rock with knees up. This is a little more aggressive. I'm actually coming up on the tips of my toes, so this is a little bit of a strength drill as well, not just a mobility drill. A little more assertive there on the rocking and the foot fitness. Now we're going to do some crawling, knees down, contralateral. So contradiction means opposite. So one foot goes in the opposite hand, just like when we're walking. One foot in the opposite arm. Now we're crawling knees up, same thing. One hand, the opposite knee. Do your best to keep your knees at about 90-degree angle and under the hips. Arms and hands stay close to the shoulder joints. This is our first little transition drill. So we're going from a crawl position to a seated position. It's like a baby sit. They pose babies in this position when they're taking photographs, so we call it a baby sit. It's a crawl, a hip shift to a seated position, then sit tall through the spine. It's a nice little hip opener. Should help with your agility, your coordinated movement as well. This is a back reach. We often do this in fitness assessments to determine how much mobility people have in their shoulders. Some people will try to touch the hands. We'll soften this by just saying, reach one hand behind the head, the other hand towards the low back. If you want to reach closer and touch, you can, but that's not mandatory. This is a Z-sit pattern. So the legs are placed in a Z-like position. You can use the hands behind your body to help you transition. A progression would be to lean forward a little bit after each position is obtained. It's a great hip opener, low back stretch. Next is a down dog type position, or an A, with a big leg reach, nice back stretch. This actually has some strength involved, so we're going to work on shoulder stability, or the strength of the shoulders, a lot of core strength involved to gently place the foot down without falling. You can modify this by keeping both hands on the ground and just reaching the leg back up and not actually bringing that other arm up towards the sky. And then eventually you can work up to doing the whole 3-point bridge. Here I'm reaching back. That's the 3 points of contact bridge. Keeping the core up high, the hips up high, being strong through the back. Here's the bear crawl. So get in an A-type position. Again, it's contralateral. One foot, the opposite hand. On that last step back, widen your feet. Push yourself back up into a standing position. And now we'll finish with a few cleansing breaths, just to make sure that we're recentering and appreciating the movement. And each session you should feel better when you're done, not worse. This has been Organic Flow, the restorative series by the Lean Berets.